This episode is sponsored by Stewart Fit, a brand new Christian clothing brand that focuses on being intentional about what we wear and representing Jesus by providing comfortable and well-fitting clothing. And I do mean well-fitting. Makes me feel like I'm buff or something. They dropped their first shirt. They actually have another shirt on the way, but this is their first shirt called All of Your Burdens. So visit their website. Shout out to Stewart Fit. Go get you one.
Scripture says the words and lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path.
Come on.
If I stay locked in, the Lord will guide me and lead me. I will make a plethora of mistakes.
For sure.
Failure is inevitable, bro.
Right.
I can't be afraid of failure. If I'm afraid of failure, I'm not going to be fruitful. I'm more so looking at, Lord, can I just be obedient to you?
I took some losses they never would know. Took the long route, they had cut me before. We was down bad, talking broken and broke. Now I'm dealing, hoping it's all for the low.
Take me to Francis Marion. BCM.
Yeah,
Very pivotal moment in your life.
for sure.
Take me through that. What was that experience like?
I was crazy. Even to set that up, man, the summer before was very, very pivotal on making me realize that life is not guaranteed. Right? May of 2015, which was the year I went to Francis Marion University, one of my best friends, Eric White, passed away. And so I lost somebody that I just went to the beach with a month prior, and he was actually like my guardian angel while I was at the beach. Like, I was turning up, drinking, having fun, and he was actually like our driver the whole weekend, bro. Bro had a baby on the way. Bro had a rap career that he was, stepping into. He was getting buzz. He just won a competition. And so, man, he was a dope dude. And so that month after, we went in April, that month after he lost his life, and they rocked me to the core, bro. It rocked me to the core, and it made me realize, okay, I really need to reevaluate my life. I don't know what gifts I'm going to use. And as I did some more digging and research and things in myself, I'm like, okay, basketball is the only thing I know, so I'm going to go and try to walk on to Francis Marion University. And so I get to the university. I'm still wilding out, though. I'm drinking. I'm having multiple sexual
Rightfully
partners.
so, bro. It's college.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Multiple sexual partners. Right? I'm breaking all type of laws. And, man, I had that one interaction with a young lady that sent me to urgent care, bro. And because of that pain, bro, the Lord was like, come to me. And so after that, man, I started to spend some more time in BCM. I was already in BCM, but an individual preached a sermon, and, I rose my hand, bro, and I made a declaration that, yeah, Lord, I want you to be a part of my life. I want you to be the Lord over my life. And that's when everything changed, bro. And a big shout out to Rashad Hancock, too, for pursuing me. When I got to college playing basketball, he would always invite me to Bible study, and I would go from time to time. I still was wilding out while going.
Right.
But because of his pursuit, I knew where to go on campus when I was ready.
Right.
If he never pursued me, I wouldn't have known where to go on campus when I was ready to give my life to Christ, bro.
Right.
And so I want to give a big up and shout out to him, because he was an amazing leader for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, shout out to him. Shout out to you. Rest in peace to your best friend too, man. That's tough to hear. I know that was probably super tough for you around that time. Realizing, because you said he was like your guardian angel while you was out there. He was the DD.
Yeah.
Did you have a little bit of a survivor's remorse because of that? Like, God,
Well,
I was the one wilding.
Yeah. Well, he didn't pass away when we went to the beach.
For sure.
Yeah.
Understood.
But that month, after. So I did have a, Lord, why wasn't I there?
Yeah.
To protect him. Because he protected me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Literally. Like, I'm incoherent after we at the club. Like, I'm getting back to our place of residence where we were staying while we were at Coastal, and I didn't know how we even got back. But he made sure that we got back.
Wow.
But for me, not being there to save him, when he drowned in the ocean, it's like, dang. And so for me, that was just one of those things where it really hit. It hit in a multitude of ways of like, yeah, I should have been there to protect him. But those that I do have in my ecosystem, what am I doing to help serve and protect them?
Right.
So that's kind of sent me down the pathway of wanting to serve and do things of that nature, and eventually giving my life to Christ. Yeah.
Got you. And so, I was talking to Bam a couple weeks ago on the pod.
Who?
Devontae White.
There we go.
God.
Shout out to Devontae, man.
Shout out to Devontae.
Shout out to
White.
Devontae, man.
My brother, I'm so proud of him.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, we was talking to Devontae, and he was telling me, like, which is real, by the way.
Uh-huh.
I got a family member. I won't even say the title of what he is in the family because I don't want him to feel away.
For sure.
That feels like what with Devontae.
There we go. There we go.
What Devontae felt in that moment of like, all right, I don't know if I should give my life to God because I'm not done. I can't just on a dime stop and change who I am.
Yeah.
And if I do continue some of these worldly things after I get saved, I don't want to mess up and now I'm playing with God, all these things, right? Mm-hmm. And so there was a moment that Devontae was sharing where he had a couple moments after that. Mm-hmm. Like he thought it was this immediate thing and it was going to drop and he was going to be this new person. Mm-hmm. And so to my family member's point, like this is what's keeping him away. My question to you was, I know you had an experience that sent you to urgent care. Mm-hmm. I totally get.
Oh, you get it.
What made you want to turn? But
yeah, you get it in the fact that you experienced something similar, or
I didn't, but I know a lot of people that did. It's really,
okay. It's super common.
I was just about to say I don't want to normalize this.
Unfortunately,
but it's really not super crazy
for sure
in that space.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and so with that, even that's a good tee up.
Yeah.
Combine the two with that kind of being normal, super reversible, and then also this is all that happened to you.
Yeah,
how did you just go straight into I'm getting saved, dropped everything else? Because let's be honest, everything that you were doing were habits. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to stop drinking, smoking if you were, partying, fornicating. Not saying that you stopped doing all those things, but what made you confident to like say, all right, I'm good enough to turn my life to the Lord, aside from going to him because of what happened to you?
So, man, I think the identity changed for me. Right? When I came to Christ and really accept him as my Lord and Savior, I was quickly aware that I was called to be an ambassador for Christ. Okay. Meaning I was called to be like a presentation of his attributes, a public presentation of his attributes. And so for me, I had a role and a place. I think a lot of people come to Christ and they don't find their role and their place, for a lack of discipleship, or they're not plugged into a local assembly of believers. So they don't get help finding out what their spiritual gifts were or spiritual gifts are. Right. For me, I was very aware that I was called to preach the gospel. Right. I was called to make disciples. I was called to be an agent and a disruptor of change. And so, man, I'm not saying I was perfect. Like my language, it took 7 to 8 months for me to stop going crazy on the court, cussing, people out. Like I came back from a conference that January. That same day, I'm cussing everybody out in the gym, because in hoop culture, there's this association with toxicity and, your talent. You think, you got to display your talent and be toxic at the same time. And it's like, nah, you can actually be healthy and still be a dog. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it took a while to get to that place. But I was aware of my identity, bro. I knew that I was no longer this crash out individual. I was a communicator of the gospel. And so, man, I would just advise anybody who, is on the fence about even not wanting to give their life to Christ because they feel like they won't change overnight. Man, salvation is that free gift, right? But sanctification is a process, right?
That's right.
It's a process. And so it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for you to change.
Yeah.
Right? And there's no condemnation in Jesus Christ.
Not at all.
So, man, the Lord knows when you give your life to Christ, you're going to sin again. Like
you are.
You're going to sin again. Yeah. You're going to sin again. You're going to sin again. We don't come to Christ because we think, man, we have it all together. We come to Christ because we know we are wackos without him.
That's right.
And we need him. And so that's the biggest thing I would tell anybody that's struggling with holding that tension of, man, I don't want to disrespect the faith. I know it's a lot of people, I don't want to disrespect the faith. But here's the thing, man. The Lord cannot clean you if he hasn't caught you. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord can't clean you if he hasn't caught you. So allow him to catch you, put his hands on you, make you a new creation, and then that cleaning process starts.
That's right.
It can't start while you're away from him.
Come on.
Just give yourself to him, you know what I'm saying? And allow him to do that work.
Come on.
It's going to take a while.
Come on.
But you're going to be better because of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's good stuff, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh, there's a lot in that. That's good. Appreciate you, bro. So that's strong, man. I want to get back to your professions and some of the, because you've done a lot.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
a lot, bro. And I followed it. And Wayne's World. Wayne's World. I mean, you had Carolina's on lock, bro.
For sure.
Started with Sumter's Finest.
Yeah.
Right. You mentioned 12 earlier, right? Moved to like other high schools and the different talent there, college, and then even professionals, bro. Like, talk about how you captured some of these big moments. One of the first to really have footage of Ja Morant doing what he was doing, right? Not just the not the top Sports Center 100. You know what I'm saying? When he doing what he doing. Talk about Wayne's World, like. What made you think of the idea?
Yeah.
Where did that talent come from? And talk about that time a little bit.
For sure, man. I think the biggest thing that made me want to pick up the camera and record was I was at a game, Crestwood versus Sumter High School, Ja Morant's 11th grade year. And I remember it was packed to the wall. I'm talking about, man, fire marshals, if they came, they would have shut the joint down. Because there was no room. People were standing up. It was crazy. But nobody had a camera out.
Really?
He dropped 47. It was one of the most electrifying performances I've ever seen, but nobody had a camera out. And I had a camera back at my crib that I did not know how to use. And I'm like, yo, if we put this up, it's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, let's capture this.
Yeah.
You know? And so for me, I'm like, man, we got one of the best players in the nation in our backyard. I'm already doing video stuff outside of sports. I come from high school basketball. Why not do the thing that I wish was done for me? I wish people were on the sideline recording.
Don't we all?
When I was playing. I wanted a hoop mixtape. I wanted YouTube to follow my journey. I wanted to be one of Sumter's finest.
Come on.
And so I created what I once desired. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it was a joy to be able to platform all of the players that I have, man, and build some real relationships. One of the things that I always hung my hat on was, man, I wasn't just capturing your highlights. I wasn't just putting you on YouTube. You were gonna get some encouragement with it. You were gonna hear about Jesus with it, right? And in the background, like I was gonna hold you to a certain standard with it, right? One of the things I always said was, man, I can't platform you without giving you some level of provision.
That's right.
Like, I need to be able to have some provision in your life to make sure that you're using the new platform that you're getting from my videos and being a good steward with it, and being able to use it for the betterment of those around you. And so I felt a moral obligation and responsibility to be way more than just a YouTuber, bro. I really wanted to shepherd over the souls of the people that I came in contact with, which is why I held so much tension with kind of why I created the content the way I did, why I narrated, why I did intros and videos, you know, why it felt extra at times. Because I just couldn't shake the fact that the Lord wanted me to do more, you know, and that's kind of why I transitioned into the speaking space, because I always wanted to have a bigger impact than just platforming you. I wanted to help you transform your life, not your outside life, but your inside life, your interior motives and the things in your wills and what you desire to do. So, yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
amazing, though.
Yeah.
So, like, even with that, like, I think, like, I'll tell you right now, straight up. Like, we gonna be real, bro.
For sure.
HWL is amazing. I love it. I was talking to Anthony, whatever he want to be called,
For
right?
sure.
And I was talking to him, and he was like, yo, bro, you know this is just a setup? And I'm like, what you mean? He like, I'm not saying that you're gonna, like, directionally preach. I'm not saying it's just gonna be that. But I feel like whatever this is, is the setup. It could just be that this is gonna blow and this is how you decide to speak to people, right? Disciple to people, bring people to Christ, or it could be the setup for something bigger.
Yeah.
That's scary. Bro, my whole childhood, I would go, shout out to Jarrell Brantley, you know, that's my best friend, bro. We would go to church because his mom, shout out to Miss Priscilla, right? And his father were pastors.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they would go to churches as guests. They would get invited.
For sure.
We went everywhere together, so I was with them.
Yeah.
Bro, randomly, I'm in the back. I'm a kid. I'm 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
as a guest in the back of a church, not paying attention to you, cutting up with Jarrell, and they would just find me a prophet.
Come on.
Hey, you called to preach, young man. This happened to me several times, right? Several times. And so that is, but what I'm getting to is that's directional. That is, hey, this is God speaking through people, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you, within your talent, right, with Uanesworld and everything, what direction did you get besides just the feeling inside that I want to disciple to people within this? I'm not just recording them. You just talked about how you wanted to give them provision with the platform.
Yeah.
That's not regular lingo.
Yeah.
This is not normal language.
For sure.
Was that directional?
Yeah. It was burdensome. Hey, do you understand?
Keep it a buck, though. That's real.
Do you understand that I could have went in so many different directions and could have blown, bro? Like the things that I've like turned down, the directions in which I made conscious decisions not to go certain ways, at the forfeit of being easily platformed.
Yeah.
And at a very efficient rate. And so for me, it was burdens.
Yeah.
It was the unshakable burden from God that, hey, you are more than this.
Yeah.
You are more than this. This is not it. You cannot sell out. You can't put certain music on your videos.
Can't.
You got to have certain conversations with people behind the scenes. People talking about sex, you got to talk about your celibacy journey. Every time, you have to make them uncomfortable, right? You can't walk into the room and conform to the energy of the room. You got to set the standard.
Which is hard, bro.
Which is burdensome.
Bro, that's the perfect word
But the
for
fear
it.
of the Lord really allows you to understand that, hey, I have to do this because if I don't do this, the blood will be on my hands and that person's destiny could be at the expense of my decision that I don't make, right? So if I don't make the correct decision to help lead them into their destiny, the blood is on my hands. But for you, it's crazy that you shared that you've been, nah, let me say this.
Bro.
You've been prophesied to multiple times to preach the gospel. And we all know by now that Lo is one of the most articulate, intelligent individuals that is in our friend group. And so it would only make sense if our brother Solomon Walden
come on, man.
would accept the call to ministry and not run. And he could do and use this platform as he has been using it to glorify God. But man, I would love to see how that would look on you, bro. And you're doing it. Like, so not to invalidate what you're doing. Like, this is touching a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. Nah, that's love, bro. I appreciate that, bro. I'm not running from it.
Okay.
And I told him that. Just to finish that part of it, I said, hey, look, like, for the first time in my life, if it is a setup, then cool. Because it's a ramp. Feel me?
Come on.
It's different than, imagine me and you in the car, right?
Come on. Preach to us.
Matter of fact, imagine you and Jesus in the car and y'all driving and he got the GPS in your hand. And I'm thinking about this because my wife, when she in the passenger seat, I'll hold the phone, I'll tell you where to go, right? And you driving and boom, he go, oh, turn left right here. What you gonna do? You got to make it happen. That's a little bit more frantic and uncomfortable for you, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you said, hey.
Come on, preach to us.
In 0.6 miles, you're going to turn right on Uanesworld Street. It's a little, I can see where the turn is happening.
Yeah.
I can make it more comfortably.
Yeah.
Right? I'm good. That's different.
Yeah.
And so this is what I see. This is in 0.6 miles.
Okay.
You're going to be doing X, Y, Z. But all before, as a kid, it seemed like it was going to be like at any time, turn left right here.
Yeah.
I told you to turn left.
Yeah.
That was like scary to me.
That's what you were afraid of.
That is more so what I'm afraid of is what you just touched on. You said, which is beautiful that you think of it like this, but I think about the other side.
Yeah.
If I don't do this, I may have blood on my hands.
Yeah.
That's what scares me.
Yeah.
If I do this and I get too involved and I misdirect, I will have blood on my hands.
Yeah.
It says in the word, right, that preachers of the gospel
held to a higher standard. Come on.
Are held to a higher standard. And
now, many of you should seek to be preachers. James 3. Come on.
And will be judged at a higher rate.
Come on.
Right? Not exact words, but pretty much on the same scale. That scares me.
Yeah.
And I know in order to be great, you got to be uncomfortable, right? You got to take those risks. Ultimately, I also know that if he's with me, and that he's not gonna let me do that. But we've seen a lot of public figures misdirect. So this is about you though. So stop doing that.
It's about the mission.
This is how I know you
it's
really
about
do
the
this
mission.
So, but is that a fear of yours? Like, I know that's what I fear, but you don't have that fear at all, that like you'll be judged harder when your time
I'm
comes?
aware, and it's the truth. But the truth shall set you free.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the truth shall set you free when you know that when you walk by the Spirit, he will give you direction, man. Scripture says the words a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path.
Come on.
If I stay locked in, the Lord will guide me and lead me. I will make a plethora of mistakes.
For sure.
And so did some of the greatest people in the narrative of the Bible.
100%.
So failure is inevitable, bro.
Right.
I can't be afraid of failure. If I'm afraid of failure, I'm not going to be fruitful, right? I'm not going to do the things necessary to impact the people that I need to impact. So, I mean, for me, bro, I'm not looking at, man, if I make this mistake. I'm more so looking at, Lord, can I just be obedient to you? You know what I'm saying? Can I be obedient to you?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro. That inspires me. And I'll take that on. We need to chop about that after this too a little bit further, because I think that's going to be a process. But man, real quick before we get out of here, I don't know if you even know I know this, but just like our brother Devontae, I know that you want to move from Wayne to Duane Cows.
Yeah.
What made you want to, so to speak, kill Wayne in a sense?
Yeah.
And move to Duane Cows?
So I think when I originally talked about it on the last podcast I was on, I communicated in a way focusing on the extremes. Right. And so one of the things that I do want to highlight is, yes, during my time period of ascension publicly, without being completely healed, that affirmation from the public was something that I used to gain confidence in myself. But as the Lord continued to heal me, and because I no longer needed that affirmation from the public, man, I'm like, okay, I no longer need to carry this label with so much weight. But because I no longer need to carry this label with so much weight, because it was built upon a foundation to serve, to uplift, to encourage, to give a platform, yet still having insecurity in my heart, the motivation to do what I was doing wasn't necessarily as high as it once was.
Yeah.
And I believe the seasons were changing anyway. I was getting older. It was a rat race in which I was doing. And so it was a natural transition of me getting healed and also me needing to do something that I felt would be more impactful. But the shedding of the name completely, it's still my business name.
For sure.
But when people say Uanesworld, I'm like, all right, my name is Duane Cows.
For sure.
If you know me as that, that's cool. For those that don't, have an intimate relationship with me. But for those that are close to me, I don't necessarily admire or desire to hear Uanesworld as the greeting.
Yeah, you see the logo on his shirt if you can. You know, my man is really professional, really sharp. That's his logo. Shout out to you, bro. You're doing amazing things.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man, you inspire me seeing you talk to the youth the way you are, getting in front of these big crowds and really, guiding them in a way. It's tough to do. I know it's not easy. The prep work, the dark hours, what I'm going to say, how I'm going to do it. You have interactive activities. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. You really motivate me a lot behind the scenes, more than you know, inspire me. I'm glad that I was able to, really actually get closer to you through Ant, through Ben, through Devontae. Jesus, I'm gonna get it. And so yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna have you back on. We're gonna talk through some really good topics, because we didn't even get into the husband aspect.
For sure, which is very important.
That's a whole nother episode in the father aspect of your life, but we will get there.
For sure.
And then eventually, bro, I'm going to have you just come on. We'll chop it up and just get into your perspective on things. But until then, thank you, brother, for coming on.
Hey, I'm proud of this guy right here.
Yes, sir. Proud of you, bro.
For sure.
Respect all the way. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Be sure to subscribe. Make sure you follow my dog. HWL. Made it out. I remember sleeping at my mama's house. Ran it up. I was stacking up while they was popping out. Stay down.